my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa Samaina and welcome to the fam. So if you're feeling blue, down, a little bit depressed, then you came to the right channel in reading, because today's tarot card reading is meant to inspire hope, motivation, as well as inspiration for you. So in order to help you get out of your funk, I have prepared 4 groups that you may choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 4 crystals intuitively. But keep in mind that if you feel drawn to multiple stones, then you can tune into multiple readings, because your personal reading could be a mixture between multiple groups. So the 4 stones that I have prepared for you today are as follows. We have 2 pieces of Amazonite, we have the Celestine, we have a small piece of Azurite, as well as a piece of ocean calcite. As usual, the timestamps to all of the groups can be found down below in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section by myself. Because not only am I the unicorn queen, I am also an analytics queen. And I see that a lot of you watch my videos from your mobile devices, and the best timestamps for the mobile devices are the ones pinned to the comment section. So yeah, guys, I don't want to waste too much time within the intro. I'd rather spend more time within the 4 groups. So I will be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Amazonite, and to all of my other wonderful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the 2 pieces of Amazonite, and group number 1, let me first and foremost explain why you may have chosen these stones, aside from the fact that you felt physically drawn to them. So the Amazonite is a great stone for anybody who is a little hot-headed, a little hot-tempered, okay, not judging group number 1, and for any fire sign that needs to just cool off a little bit. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what you can do about feeling blue, okay? Exactly what it is that is going on with you and how we can just make things better. First and foremost, we have the 5 of Shells, as well as the Queen of Crystals. So one thing that I can see here in the Queen of Crystals is just, you know, the whole prosperity thing, everything that has to do with earthly affairs, such as your job, your finances, just overall the material possessions that you're able to acquire and that you're able to harbor in your life. One thing that I can see here that will really help you, group number 1, is a certain sense of detachment from those things. So coming back to this place where you understand that material things can theoretically be taken away from you. They can be here one day but gone the next. So don't attach yourself too deeply to these things that have meaning to a certain extent, but not all that much meaning, if you know what I mean. Then we have the 5 of Shells. So in the 5 of Shells, one thing that I can see here is that there is hope coming your way, and the hope is coming as soon as you're able to readjust. So as soon as you're able to get yourself out of your funk about the things in the earthly realms that are bugging you, for instance, not being efficient or effective enough. I mean, I just took a nap right before I filmed this video and I feel so ineffective. But when you readjust your narrative and just say to yourself, hey, maybe I needed that nap because I have been working hard, and generally speaking, and my body just was saying like, hey, I need a little break and I need to listen to my body. As soon as you switch that narrative around, all of a sudden you will see things flowing more easily, more effectively in your life. Things will become more efficient, and that is the exact hope that you needed in order to move forward, knowing that these things that you desire can be yours and will be yours. Then we have the Knight of Crystals as well as the Ace of Crystals. Okay, so we have a very interesting development here. I see here in the Knight of Crystals, somebody coming your way that is romantically interested in you. So you may not be single and think to yourself, girl, I got a ring on this finger, like this is not happening. But let me tell you, just because you're in a relationship, I mean, maybe you're not, okay? This is a general reading for everybody. Either way, I want you to know that you're still attracting people in a romantic sense. And I can see here in the Knight of Crystals that this is somebody who you're going to meet throughout your career, okay? We have the Ace of Crystals as well. So in a workplace, in a place where you spend a lot of time, okay, and maybe even a lot of money as well, I can see in the Ace of Crystals that just this person is somebody who is attracted to the side of you that is ambitious, that is attracted to what is between your ears, okay? They're not attracted to anything physically per se. That may be nice, that may just go along perfectly for them, but I see that overall they love the fact that you have a lot of endurance and determination, and they really kind of maybe low-key even envy that in you, and that is just something that they overall want to get closer to. Then we have clear your energy field, look to the stars. So I can see here that the celestial events have a big and kind of lasting effect on your life, if you will, group number one. So you may want to kind of like consult when for instance, lunar eclipses are happening, full moons, new moons, so on and so forth. And I can see here that, you know, you can just amp yourself up to a better place, to a more upbeat and happy place by paying attention to how your body reacts at different celestial events. For instance, for me, during full moons, those can be difficult, and maybe it's because I'm not doing enough work to let go of things. You know, I have a lot that I can work on when it comes to celestial events myself, but sorry, I also notice it in my animals. I also notice that my animals go really crazy when it's a full moon. They can't sleep well, they're kind of restless, they make a lot of noise, and I want you to know here that, you know, just as it affects animals, it affects us as well. And when we learn to properly deal with it, regulate it, that is when we can kind of claim our energy back and also clear our energy field. So don't be afraid to whip out some sage, to just make sure that you're cleaning your space, cleansing your space of any unwanted energies, and that will furthermore also help you if you've been feeling very moody or short-tempered. Then we have create art as well as alone time. So creating art alone without anybody around you, without anybody watching, that is one thing that I can see here is very therapeutic for you, group number one. So engage in creating that painting. Maybe first kind of draw it on a regular piece of paper, and then get yourself a canvas and paint something beautiful on that canvas, something that's lasting, something you can hang up, something that you can be proud of, that you're going to look at and think to yourself, wow, that's amazing. And it's very important that you do this alone. That is one thing that I can see in alone time. Alone time is also here correlated to the number 2, and the number 2 in numerology is a number of balance. It is a number where it just comes to show that you need a little bit of both energies, you know, being around people and having people's input, but also just not having people's input. Okay, so that is one thing that I want you to really take to heart, if you will. Then we have the age of light as well as dance. So if you're a dancer, you're probably going to be like, yes, okay, this is me. This is exactly what I am meant to do. So if you are a dancer or you like to dance, keep doing your little dance. And for all of us other people who are maybe not as flexible, not as well versed with the rhythm when it comes to the dance floor, I just want you to know that moving your body in any type of way is going to help you shift your vibration. It's going to help you shift your energy to a better place. I mean, feeling blue ain't easy, but let me tell you, there are a lot of just tiny little tweaks that we can do and all of a sudden feel better. And dancing, moving your body to the best of your ability, okay? I'm not saying do anything crazy. I'm not saying do anything beyond what is capable, what you're capable of, what is possible for you. All I'm saying is that a little bit of movement can make all the difference for you right now, group number one. In the age of light, I want you to know that, you know, you are in fact a being that belongs on this planet, that belongs in this realm, and you just need to own it, okay? Own yourself, own your space. Then we have don't dim to fit in, which just fits so beautifully with the age of light. And just the fact that you may be feeling blue because you've kind of been excusing who you are in order to make other people feel comfortable. But that has come to an end now, honey. Okay, we're not following those rules anymore. We're not doing that. We are embracing one another. That is one thing that I want you to know, and don't dim to fit in. And trust me, I'm the first one who is going to motivate you to do so, to encourage you to do so, and to just remind you that whenever you hear people say negative things, be it in public, be it people like just talking about you behind your back and you finding it out, and it's not nice things, and it has to do with just your looks or the way you carry yourself. know that that is more a reflection of what is going on with those people than it is a reflection of you. Because if you're living your best life and you're loving your vibe, that just shows that that person feels threatened by that. And it's not something that you should deal with. It's not something that you should stress about, because that's just going to take away valuable time and energy that you could be using to continue to live, okay? You only got one life, so let's not live like you got another one somewhere in storage. You just got this lifetime within this body. Then we have the ever unfolding rose. So group number one, I want you to know here that things are happening for you, not to you. And that is one thing that we often feel kind of blue and down about. I mean, I know when I feel like I have a day where everything is just not quite going the way I expected it to go or wanted it to go. You know, my makeup isn't working out, maybe my work isn't moving as quickly as I needed it to, so I can get to the point where I can do a task that I love. You know, maybe my dogs are really acting out and it's tough doing life. I mean, whatever it is for you, I just want you to know that often these things are our biggest teachers, our biggest motivators. Don't feel as though these things are happening to you. Often they're happening for you, because just think to yourself, if you are held up for longer doing a certain task, that means maybe you won't be able to get home at a certain time, to commute at a certain time, to just leave and do the next task, which may actually save you from something, you know, big happening, from, for instance, injuring yourself, from bumping into somebody you don't want to bump into. So keep in mind that things often are working in the background that you don't even realize are working, that are working for you, not against you. But sometimes on the surface level, it can seem like, oh, why is this happening to me right now? But usually there is a good reason for it, and it has to do with what you're manifesting and what you're creating. So make sure that your thoughts are moving towards the things that you want, that they're focused on the things that you desire, and know that the universe is going to work hard in order to allow you to see it in this reality. So group number one, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it motivated you. Leave a little blue heart emoji down below if you made it all the way to the end of your reading. So wherever you are, I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Celestine group number two, which is just such a gorgeous crystal and mineral. I absolutely love it. It is just so multifaceted, just like you. So group number two, let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what we can do to combat this situation, why you're feeling blue, and just overall what's going on with you. So first and foremost, we have the Ace of Feathers. So the Ace of Feathers corresponds in the traditional tarot to the Ace of Swords, okay? And the swords are all about your mental realm. And I can see here in the Ace of Feathers that you're moving towards a situation of more mental clarity and just overall kind of understanding more about yourself and the processes that you go through, okay? So all of the reactions that people trigger out of you, all of the things that you think, that you do, I see you coming to a place of more clarity about that. And sometimes it can be depressing. Don't worry, I'm gonna get into the cards that just popped out in a second. Sometimes it can be depressing to think to yourself, oh wow, now that I'm older, I actually realize how dysfunctional my childhood was, or how dysfunctional some of my relationships are, and that can be hard. That is something that I don't wish upon anybody, but unfortunately we've all had this thing called a childhood, and it's all kind of messed us up in a way. And I just want to pull the Three of Shells right into your reading at this point in particular. You know why, group number two? It is because the Three of Shells is trying to motivate you to be more playful, is trying to motivate you to have fun and to socialize with people who you know put you in a good mood. So you know those friends, those people where you always feel better after you've hung out with them, and they always kind of make you feel motivated to be the best version of you and to just keep your head up. Those are the types of people that you want to hit up right now, group number two, and surround yourself with. So when you're done this video, make sure that you make that phone call. Make sure that you hit that person up and that you set up either a kind of Zoom meeting, a FaceTime meeting, or an in-person meeting to be able to spend time with them. Then we have the Knight of Shells. So the Knight of Shells, this could be a romantic interest that is coming into your life, and it could be that you've kind of been anticipating it and it's making you feel a little blue, a little bit like you're not 100% in control of your life, of your love life, honey. And I know it's not easy, especially if you're single. I mean, some of you in a relationship may even feel like this relationship is okay, but I feel like something's missing. I feel like it's not it. And I see here in the Knight of Shells that this is the type of person that will kind of just sweep you off your feet with their charm. And even if it's just a little bit of flirting, you know, some innocent flirting, nothing happening there, I just want you to know that that is going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make you feel like attractive again. And this is not to say that you need somebody's approval in order to feel attractive, but it just feels good sometimes. It feels good to know that you've still got it, and it just feels good to have, you know, exterior validation every now and then. Of course, don't base your happiness or your self-worth on that, but don't feel like you can't enjoy it either when it happens. Then we have the Star, and the Star is a very kind of a card that speaks of hope, a card that speaks of peace, as well as a time of healing. And I just want you to know that you're most likely going through a phase where the Star is much needed, because you're coming to realizations that a lot of things in this world are portrayed to be different than what they are in real life, in reality, you know, be it people, be it certain situations, and just overall that this world can be a very dark place, or a place where a lot is concealed, a lot of important information. So I definitely see you just going through this transitional period, which is most likely making you feel just a little bit more down than you maybe need to be, group number 2. But grounding yourself is just the medicine you need. So grounding yourself, you can do that by spending time in the nature, if possible, taking off your shoes and just really feeling the earth beneath your toes, just really feeling the vibration of the earth in order to ground your energy and bring your energy back to a good place. Then in connecting with your ancestors, make sure that you spend time with those who came before you. So this could be grandparents, this could be your parents, just overall people who inspire you, who you look up to, who have a little bit of knowledge over your ancestral history. And I know, of course, not everybody has like a lot of knowledge over their ancestors, but it's important for you at this point to connect and identify with that, to remember where your roots lie, and to just take power from that. And by taking power from that, I mean just thinking to yourself how much harder life already was for your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and just knowing that they were fighters, knowing that they still made it through, and taking that as an example and going with that example, kind of living by that type of example. Then we have create art. So group number 2, if you're an artsy kind of person and you've kind of been neglecting your creative side, I want you to know that that is a part of why you're feeling a little sad, a little depressed, a little down. So pick the paintbrush back up, pick up your microphone, and create something artsy, something fun. And if you feel like, oh, I'm not artsy at all, I'm the kind of person who can't even draw a bird without it looking like a potato or a shoe, let me tell you, first of all, I'm right there with you. Second of all, just try, okay? Nothing really is good without practice, and the same goes for art. I mean, whether you're gifted or talented or not, the person who practices, the person who spends time trying to get better is the person who is going to be able to create something more beautiful. Then we have journals. So journaling can help you work out the kinks in your life, work out the kinks in just what you're going through right now, in any kind of depression, and any kind of feeling of just heaviness in your heart, okay? Journaling and writing down all of your fears, your feelings, and just overall what you're going through is a process that is very therapeutic and very much being endorsed by your guides and the universe for you to participate in at this point in time. So we have Treasure Island, as well as the fates. So one thing that I can see here in Treasure Island is just the fact that you're going towards a place, a safe haven, if you will, and it's important for you to protect yourself, protect your assets, okay? Because when you're out there in the sea, just like this little turtle carrying its riches, okay, carrying this treasure, you're vulnerable to sharks, to other animals. I mean, it's important for you to stay on your toes. It's important for you to protect what you have worked so hard for, as I can see here in the fates, that sometimes when people give you a glimmer of hope, when people give you a feeling that they're genuine, but you haven't given enough time to really feel them out, they can try and take things from you. It can feel very disappointing when they show their true colors, and you can feel like, oh, damn, I like shouldn't have given them all of me so soon, so early on, okay? So make sure that you protect yourself, because when you're in a vulnerable state, sharks can smell the blood in the water, sharks can smell the despair, and they'll come swimming right for you, okay? So I'm just trying to look out for you, group number 2, and of course, be honest with what it is that I see. So group number 2, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you found it fun. I hope it was inspirational and motivational. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it all the way to the end of your reading, leave a little shark emoji down below, because we did talk about sharks quite a bit. And I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Azurite, and group number 3, this is the smallest of all the stones. So you are definitely a lover of petite things, petite but valuable, okay? And I do feel as though that says a lot about you, and just not needing any grandiose gestures in order to feel happy or feel like it's the right path. But let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly why you're feeling blue and what we can do about it, shall we? So first and foremost, we have the moon. So group number 3 in the moon, one thing that I see here is that your intuition is just yearning for you to listen to it. Your intuition has often kind of been knocking at the door, but you may have ignored it, or you may have not noticed that your intuition was there. But let me tell you, it's so important for you to listen to it at this point in time, because you're the kind of person who is so connected to their gut feeling that when you keep neglecting it, when you keep disregarding it, your whole body feels it, and your body is not happy with you for not being intuitive. Then we have the 2 of acorns. So the number 2 in numerology is about balance, and the acorns connect to the suit of fire. And I want you to know, group number 3, that in correlation to you being intuitive, be intuitive with things that you're passionate about as well, because that will create balance. So for instance, if you're really passionate about cooking and eating, or, you know, only eating, oops, okay, did I go there? I did, group number 3. Not judging, you know, I'm in the same boat. Try and be intuitive about it, because so often, you know, for instance, me, I'm really passionate about food, so I'm right there with you. And it can be a difficult place, because your intuition is telling you to stop eating the cake, but your passion for it just says, one more piece, you know, let's just finish her off. It can be a very hard and conflicting place, but often in these situations, you will have wished to have listened to your intuition. Well, not often, probably most of the time, group number 3. So know that your intuition just has so much insight when it comes to what your body and your soul truly needs. It would be a shame for you to not listen to it. Then we have the awakening as well as justice. So in the awakening, I need to speak to you about just spiritual awakening in general, group number 3. That is something that can often make you feel bummed out, okay? It can make you feel tired, lethargic, like life just doesn't have a meaning certain days and certain times. Those can be emotions that come up. And you know how we're real, we're honest, we're raw on this channel. So I'm just going to say it how it is. But you know, spiritual awakenings are often very glamorized. They're put on this pedestal. They're made to seem like they're cute when they're really not very cute when they're actually happening, because it's confusing. You feel as though you are crazy. You feel as though you have no place in this world. And I want you to know here in justice that coming to this clarity brings you to a place where you crave justice, not only for yourself, but also for other people. So when you see injustice in the world, you want to do something about it. You want to combat it. And the same goes for people treating you in a manner that you do not deserve and do not like, and just overall telling people like it is, telling people to go away if you feel like that is the only way to get them to respect you. Then we have the Knight of Acorns. So the Knight of Acorns is somebody who's going to affect you in a positive way. The Knight of Acorns is the Knight of a fire sign, so this person has strong fire sign energy, group number 3, and I want you to know that what really affects you with this person is their drive, is how they want to do something and they act on it. They don't talk about it, they do it. They don't procrastinate, they take action, okay? So this is somebody that you may be affected by, for instance, during listening to a podcast, reading a book, or just generally in real life, somebody that you meet and you're just like, oh, I want to be just like them. So allow that to inspire you. Then we have the King of Acorns, okay? The King of Acorns just ties in really well with the Knight of Acorns. These are just both people. So this could be, for instance, a mother-daughter duo, a friends duo, just people who have worked together, whose work ethic inspires you, and who just allow you to feel like, yes, like I can do this. If they say that I can do this, if they are pushing for others to be able to become more, to accomplish more, then I can do that as well. So let yourself be inspired, group number 3. Put your ego to the side, and also fear and anxiety, because it's not cute and it's not helping you. So let's move a little further into your reading. We got Pleasure, group number 3. This card is a card that is kind of calling you out, okay? Have you been a little bit hesitant when it comes to pleasure? Have you been a little bit afraid to explore new things, or maybe just come out of the closet about what it is that you desire, what it is that you like? I want you to know, group number 3, that you're being supported to explore the things that feel pleasurable to you, you know, emotionally, physically. This does not always have to be in a adult type of way, okay? These can be little pleasures of life, like for instance, just walking around without wearing very much in your own home, feeling free, feeling the breeze hitting your naked body, okay? It could also just be, for instance, going on nice walks during sunsets, and that being a very pleasurable experience. So you're being called to explore that more, but also to explore it more on a romantic level, not to be afraid or to feel kind of like you might embarrass yourself. There's nothing to feel embarrassed about, group number 3. Then in Hydrate, are you dehydrated? Are you a little bit dry right now, group number 3? Pause the video, get yourself something to drink, hydrate. If you feel thirsty, know that you're already past a point of being hydrated. You're actually now dehydrated. When your body is signaling to your brain, hey, I'm thirsty, I'm dehydrated, it's already too late. You've already jumped into being dehydrated. So make sure that you keep your water supply on an all-time high, okay? Make sure that you're giving your body enough water in order for it to do its everyday things, for you to be able to be focused and to concentrate on the tasks at hand, because when you're dehydrated, not only does your body suffer, but also your mental ability, your mental capabilities. You're not as sharp, you're not as able to take in information, to learn new information, and it's just overall not a good look for you. So make sure that you're spending enough time taking care of your hydration needs, if you will, okay? You have to water yourself so you can grow, if you know what I mean. Then we have Align Your Life. So one thing that I can see here is that there are certain things that are no more in alignment with who you are, and that is making you feel down. And I feel as though this is happening subconsciously, because from your reading, as we had right at the beginning of your reading, you have to focus more on your intuition and following it, listening to it. So I see here that there are certain parts of your life that are out of balance, no more in alignment with who you're becoming, with who the spiritual awakening and just overall this sense of enlightenment and renewal is turning you into. So you have to delete, get rid of those things, okay? Go to the recycle center, bring the things there, get rid of it. So this could be a physical recycle center, and trust me, I was just there a few days ago getting rid of things from my past, things that don't resonate with me anymore. But also this can be mental clutter, okay? Mental beliefs such as, oh, I should not explore how I feel on an intimate level because that isn't good, or that's means that I'm promiscuous, or whatever kind of connections or beliefs that you have. Sever those ties, sever those self-limiting beliefs from who you are, and distance yourself from all of that so you can be in realignment. Then we have break the chain. So I want you to know that part of why you're maybe feeling very depressed is because in this lifetime that you're in right now, I see that a lot of ancestral patterns are being broken. I see that you're rewriting the path. So this is when healing is happening, and healing needs to happen when something has been broken, when you have something that has been hurting, you know, just like a wound. Healing only happens when you're wounded in some form or something is trying to regenerate, okay? So I want you to know that old ancestral wounds are closing up, and you may know this from your life, from you being very different from your family, or maybe going a different route when it comes to your career or your education, being the first one to achieve certain things. And I just want you to know that that can often come with a sense of fatigue or even feeling depressed and down, because it's just a lot to handle. And a lot of these patterns that you have carried along, a lot of these ancestral patterns are now being fixed, they're being healed, and you're really just putting amends to your past life karma. So allow yourself to appreciate the process, kind of face the process with gratitude, and to give yourself the time to rest that you need to combat any feelings that are a little miserable with, you know, pleasure and things that make you feel good again. So group number 3, if you made it to the end of your reading, leave a little rainbow emoji down below in the comment section in order to let me know, and as a token of good luck. So group number 3, I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Ocean Calcite group number 4, which is just such a gorgeous gem. I absolutely love it. You may have chosen this stone for its appearance, but maybe also for its calming effects. Maybe that's just what you need right now if you've been going through a state of anxiety, depression, and you need to calm your mind. But let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what's going on with you and what's coming next. How can we make your situation more pleasant and positive? So first and foremost, we have the wheel. So in the wheel, I see a lot of change coming for you, and your body can most likely feel it. You're mentally already kind of going through it. Your intuition is telling you that there are a lot of possibilities that are coming towards you in these next months, group number 4, and that can be really nerve-wracking because of fear of making the wrong choices, fear of failure, just overall anxiety over new possibilities. And this is just something that a lot of people don't speak about. A lot of people speak about, you know, anxiety due to trauma, but sometimes anxiety is there because of fear of success and fear of failure, you know, both things at the same time. It's stressful going through that, and I feel you, group number 4. So don't be so hard on yourself. In the Ace of Crystals, I see here that there is a possibility to manifest new prosperity and new wealth, and you know this, and it's putting you into a state of feeling kind of stressed or depressed because, of course, you want to take all of the opportunities that come towards you and make the most out of them. But I want you to know in the Ace of Crystals that this fresh beginning is here for you, not to stress you out, but to finally answer your prayers, to finally answer the things that you have been wanting, that you have been longing for, that you've been manifesting, maybe journaling about, that you stuck onto your vision board. You know, let me know down below what it is that you have stuck onto your vision board. If you've created a vision board, let me know a few things that are on there, and you know, that is just kind of confirmation that you're moving towards that. So allow yourself to feel a little bit more calm and in control and excited for it, okay? This is an exciting time in your life. Then we have the Empress. Group number 4, the Empress, is a card that I absolutely love. It speaks of your natural beauty as well as abundance, but it's also a card that is about fertility. So if you've been feeling very up and down, if you've been feeling emotionally in a place where you're irritable or maybe very easy to annoy, I want you to know in the Empress that that could be because your hormones are a little bit like in a crazy place, in a place where it's just like, okay girl, you're going through something, I'll give you a minute to just calm down. And I just want you to know overall in the Empress that embracing your natural beauty is of the utmost importance at this point in time, because often the media makes us feel like we're not really that attractive, or like there's a lot of things wrong with us. Like, how can there be something wrong with a human being, a beautiful being, whether it's an animal or a human? As I said, like, how can there be something wrong? That thought is already inherently like a thought that is going to cause problems and issues. So let's just get out of that headspace and be happy that we're here. Be happy that we have this body as our vehicle for our souls to explore this lifetime and to make a change. Then we have the 10 of Acorns. So in the 10 of Acorns, I see here that, you know, your responsibilities are most likely kind of stressing you out, and I can see that you're kind of coming to an end. So I want to warn you, group number 4, you have to take time now to relax. You have to take time now to recuperate. Take a nap, okay? Sleep a little bit more, group number 4. I don't want you to come to a point where you're burning out, where you're unable to bring yourself back, okay? So I see here in the Empress, in correlation to the 10 of Acorns, that you're moving towards a place where you're failing to see your natural beauty, where you're failing to see just how desirable that you truly are. And that is one thing that your body can feel, that your soul can feel, and that is making you feel a little blue. What? Group number 4, look at that. We were literally just speaking about rest and you taking the rest that you need. So the universe is really just confirming it. The universe is here, your guides are here. They are communicating with you straight up. So if you made it to this point of your reading, group number 4, leave a little panda emoji down below or a little rabbit emoji down below, just to let me know, and as a token of good luck and like understanding that there is something here that is guiding you, that is helping you out. Then we have use your hands as well as nourish your temple. Group number 4, use your hands to nourish your temple, if you know what I mean. But no, in all honesty, doing things with your hands can be very therapeutic. So whether it's like working with clay or just overall kind of cleaning something up or creating something beautiful like in your journal, just overall like writing, things like that, even if you feel like what you're creating isn't beautiful, it is very therapeutic. And you have to move away from that thought, because I understand it. I've never been the most artistic person, the person with the most beautiful handwriting. That has not been me. My handwriting is straight up like a little boy, okay? And I just want you to know that we have to move away from these stereotypes that, for instance, girls have nicer handwritings than boys and girls are just overall like this or like that. So that is just one example. But overall, we have to move away from this expectation of our things being a certain way in order for them to be beautiful, okay? Because that is depressing when there's only one type of beautiful and everything else is mediocre, everything else is portrayed to be a lesser than. We can have more than one thing be artsy, be creative, be beautiful. And I want you to know here in Nourish Your Temple that another thing you just have to engage in is nourishing your body properly, okay? Give your body nutrients that are not just white carb, for instance, you know, that are not just white pasta or white rice or bread. Try and step away from those things and replace those calories with calories that are more valuable, with calories that are more nourishing, where you have more whole foods that aren't just very processed kind of very processed nutrients. So step away from everything that has been stripped of nutritional value or created in a way to just be like a filler, to just kind of stuff you. Try and not order so much like takeaway, to not eat out if you can, and cook home cooked meals. Cook meals that make you feel nourished, that make you feel like you've just had a vitamin and mineral overload, and are truly giving your body what it needs in order to heal itself and stay healthy. Then spend time with friends. Group number 4, you've most likely been feeling a little down, blue, or depressed because you haven't been spending as much time with your friends or just in your social life as you most likely should. And you may think to yourself, what social life? But let's be real, group number 4, even if you don't have many friends, and trust me, I'm right there with you, I don't have many friends. I have a small circle. I don't like to be friends with a lot of people because I feel like true friendships are really, like, you could only have so many true friendships, because if you want to be a good friend, you need to invest time in the relationship. You need to spend time with those people. And that is one thing that I see in your reading. You're being called to spend quality time with the people who you care about, the people you love, with friends, with those who make you feel upbeat and uplifted. And that is not only going to be good for your overall relationships, for your personal life, that is also going to be amazing for how you're doing mentally, and this feeling of being a little down and just getting you to a place where you feel upbeat and uplifted. Then we have share your voice. So come out of hiding, group number 4. If you've kept a lot of things in that you want to speak about, if you've kind of been a little too shy to say exactly what it is that is bugging you, that you feel, and you know, one thing that I want you to know here in the wheel is that one thing that is hard to kind of like get over is if you've been disappointed by somebody, and sometimes that can really linger for a long time, and it's something that we kind of go through ups and downs. Sometimes it resurfaces and it really bothers us, and then sometimes it goes away for a bit. But what you really need to do is speak about it, is voice your opinion, and that will help you to heal. That will help you to move on. So give yourself the freedom to do so. Be courageous and speak up. Use your voice. Then we have the Priestess, last but not least. I see here that one calling that you're meant to listen to and not listening to it is kind of affecting you negatively, is that you're being called to lead. You're being called to get into this leader position where you're either taking charge in your work life, or you're taking just charge in your personal life, your love life. And I want you to know here in the Priestess that you are strong. If you don't have anybody in your life who's encouraging you, who's uplifting you, who's telling you this, know that I'm here. I'm here to tell you that you're strong, you're worthy, you're courageous. You have all of these qualities within you that you may sometimes doubt that you have, but they are there. And I want you to make use of them, and I want you to not just kind of crumple yourself up into a little ball, put yourself in a corner of a room and shut that door and feel like just because you have had failures or things have not always gone your way that you're not meant to be a leader. That's not true, group number 4. You're meant to be the person who is leading, who is giving people examples that they can live by, that they can look up to. And just overall, one thing that I want you to know is that a lot of people look to you for guidance. A lot of people look to you for your leadership qualities, whether you notice it or not. And I know it sounds like a big responsibility, but just stepping into who you're supposed to be and stepping into what is naturally you is what you've been meant to, is what you are meant to do, okay? Is what you've been placed in, this very position, in this very like vessel that is your body. That is what you've been given this soul for, in order to lead, in order to step up, in order to be that person that people can look to when they need guidance as well as love and healing. So don't deny yourself of your true purpose as well as your life's journey. That is one thing that will keep you very like uplifted and high spirits, that will keep your vibration up. Group number 4, it's engaging in what you've always been meant to do. So group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you found it inspiring, that you found it uplifting. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you. And overall, I hope you're staying safe and having an amazing time, and I'll see you in one of my upcoming readings.